My name is Tom Kelly. I'm a stand-up comedian whose life has been a hot mess for a long, long time. Join me on the Tom Kelly Show podcast as we make jokes and we clean up that mess and we turn the midlife crisis into a midlife renaissance. New episodes every Monday and lately Tuesdays and Wednesdays as well, and we're going to keep that going till at least the end of the year. And hit subscribe, leave a little review if you get a chance. Also, follow me across social media as Tom Kelly Show. And right now, people, let's just start the darn show.
I've been wearing my hoops. I've been wearing my big old silver hoops. I've been walking around the house in them, babe. I've been chilling on the couch in them. I'm accenting with socks. I'm accenting with brightly colored socks. I've been putting a show on for me, babe. I'm the only one who knows it. It's whatever we feel. It's whatever we wanna do. It's whatever we feel. Whatever we wanna do. It's whatever we feel. It's whatever we wanna do. It's whatever we feel. Whatever we wanna do. So
Broadcasting from the Upper West Side of New York City, you're listening to an episode of The Tom Kelly Show. Episode, 118, I believe. Geez, yeah. So I'm taping a little bit out of order lately. I did the Joe Firestone episode. I taped an episode that's going to air tomorrow with Sammy, Ray, and the Friends. And I came back from Florida, and I got my Florida high still. For those of you who listened to, I believe it was episode 116, you could hear about the adventure of me getting my my backpack back after having a great vacation and leaving that backpack in the back of a New York City taxi cab. It's a reason why you should turn the Find My app on all of your belongings. I actually have gone out and bought Apple tags. I'm tagging every damn belonging I have. I'm going to tag my car. I'm going to put a location tracker on my keys. I'm going to put a location Apple tag on my glasses. It may look awkward, but I'm at this point, I intercepted a New York City taxi cab that had my stuff in the back of it. And now, listen, part of that is God helped, and a little bit of watching Law and Order helped, and predicting traffic and all those cop shows, and rain helped, blah, blah, blah. But Find My app worked out for me. I don't care if Big Brother knows where the hell I am. You know what? I'm not going anywhere good anyway. Honestly, if the government's tracking me, they're just going to know how boring I am. Now, my internet search history, totally different story. There you go. So I'm recording this on video. I'm going to practice talking to a camera. So my audio friends who are listening on Apple Podcasts, you can always subscribe to the Tom Kelly Show YouTube channel. Honestly, I haven't done anything with it in months, but I'm going to try to post this episode there. But then again, I might not. And I've been trying to do 2 TikToks a day, and that's been interesting. That's been frustrating yet wonderful. I'm trying to build a fan base. I'm trying to build a fan base for Tom Kelly. And, listen, there are a lot of fans who found me through the TV shows, a lot of fans who love me because I've been a gateway to great entertainment. You know, I've been a gateway to the ladies at A View. I was a gateway to great talent at Good Morning America. I was a gateway to great talent at America's Got Talent. And now I'm trying to say, hey, I'm pretty damn funny and frankly, deep too. That's why I like this, I'm trying to figure out where being real can go and what can I do. So today in the podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about my vacation to Florida, which, by the way, my friend Robin, who does listen to the podcast, we'll see if she listens to this one. Robin Anderson, the mayor, she knows who she is. She said, God, Tom, your podcast is great. You put me to sleep. You have such a good radio voice. You put me to sleep. And I'm like, and then listen, and I live for your engagement, guys. And that's why I I've decided to stick with the 3-day-a-week schedule because my friend Brian Kist said he starts his morning with the podcast and he has coffee with Tom Kelly. I'm also going to try to broaden out the podcast a bit because I really enjoyed meeting 2 new people this week. I enjoyed the interview with Joe Firestone, and I enjoyed tomorrow's interview with Sammy Ray because the interesting thing I got out of both of them was neither of them felt creative during the pandemic. And Sammy Ray's interview tomorrow is going to be very, very powerful and fun. And she talked about how she didn't want to write music during the pandemic because she found everything she was writing was sad. And, and that's how this podcast started. This podcast, started as a wedding podcast. It got squashed. By the way, shout out to my friend Mikey Russo. If you're looking for a unique holiday gift, and oh my gosh, it is November, so you probably are. Mikey Russo has a great gift store made by Michael Russo. I think it's made by Michael Russo. Just Google it if you want to buy online. And the store is in Cold Spring Harbor, New York. There you go. Boom. What's funny is I edit out all these pauses when I do the audio version of the podcast. I got to figure out a way to streamline this for audio and video. But enough about the technical end of things, people. The Sammy Ray interview was powerful, and it's really weird how I found her music. There was a girl I had a crush on who I followed on Instagram. Then I wound up following her sister, who was very, very inspiring on Instagram. And the inspiring sister, who lives far away, blah, 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 posted Sammy Ray's music, and she was basically stalking Sammy Ray for a day. Well, not stalking. Stalking's the wrong word. They went to one of her concerts, and basically she was being a super fan, trying to get the band to meet them at the bar. And, when you get into where I'm at professionally, I wouldn't mind that. Like I got a show tonight. I'm doing the show Saturday, October 30th. It's 7:30 p.m. right now. I can't wait to get to a point where I'm headlining and the fans are asking me out for drinks, and it's not just me at the bar trying to sleep with whoever saw me at the show. And actually, I don't even want to sound God. As I get older, I'm trying to be a little less of my Long Island single guy-ishness because I'm finding it comes off as creepy nowadays when I liked it better. Yeah, dude who can't get laid is starting to come off as a little bit old or creepy, and I do like, it's funny to say I can't get laid. I'm trying to find a meeting chicks, but maybe I'm aging out of that perspective. I don't know. By the end of the show, folks, I will discuss other reasons to hate Alec Baldwin. I want to talk about my trip to Florida for a minute or two because I love traveling, and I love sharing the adventures with you guys. I'm glad I didn't bring the giant microphone down to Florida. I didn't really record content, but I actually have a second notebook, which I will never share with you guys publicly. I have a diary. I've always had a diary or a journal, and often it's me. It's really the Tom Kelly. I don't want to call it the Tom Kelly suicide journal, but it's me telling. It's very emo. I started keeping diaries, in the 4th grade. I think I was very inspired by Anne Frank, which, that sounds weird. But yeah, I enjoyed the idea of writing about my feelings and the idea of somebody publishing them long after I'm dead. I was a pretty messed up kid. But yeah, anyway, sometimes it's me talking about my problems, and other times it's, me talking about family and things that I love, and there's lessons in life. But what I did, the trip to Florida gets weird because especially after the pandemic. And by the way, I am going to try to de-pandemic the show a little bit. I'm going to try to get even happier, a little less self-help and a little more comedy, but we'll see. Keeping it real. But the interesting thing about going to Florida is I really have had 2 chapters of my Florida life. When I was down there for the Little Merman, again, we don't know If it weren't for the call from Jeanette Barber and Rosie O'Donnell and Barbara Walters and my friends at The View, I don't know where my life would have been, because I was really enjoying swimming in a mermaid show 3 times a day. I made friends for life there. I enjoyed the slower pace. My friend John Mulhall, who is another one who uses, who doesn't listen to the podcast every day because he says, Tom, it feels like a phone call with you and I might as well just call you. And I get that. So I'm trying to make the show a little more important so it doesn't just feel like a conference call with Tom Kelly and a one-sided conversation. But John even said after that summer in 2006 that a little bit of my edge was sanded off, that I've kind of changed. So I go down there to find that magic, to get the little bit of the angst off. And so my first group of friends down there, I went down there in 2003 and dated a girl who was a mermaid there. And then she wound up marrying somebody else, and a great guy, and she's living a great life, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't the right one, and it wasn't the right timing. But then when I went down in 2006, there was 1 or 2 girls I wanted to date down there. But the majority of them I thought of as sisters. Like they used the phrase mer sisters, and it sounds crazy, but they were my mer sisters. Now, again, I wasn't, because of the gender fluid nature of my role as a male mermaid, as the Little Merman down there. I wasn't the prince. I was their mer brother. And my friend Crystal said that to me this weekend, and I don't know, that meant something. So, and then when I went back again in 2015, there was a 9-year gap with me not going down there. My aunt and uncle and my cousins, who I love as real sisters, blood sisters, or cousins, whatever the hell you want to call it, they were all in Orlando. And I sort of piggybacked on their vacation, stayed at my friend John Mulhall's house, and decided to break the ice and go visit my friends at Weeki Wachee for a couple of days. And the first time I went back, 2 things happened. One, I said to my friend Robin, I'm like, Robin, I feel like my old friends are leaving. And Robin said, Tom, you will make new friends. And I started going back for all of their holiday shows and speeding through the story. Robin was right. I made new friends. I went down this weekend for my friend Amanda and my friend Luke's wedding. Anyway, I have a list of memories I just wanted to write down. Amanda and Luke's wedding was on a farm in Dade City, which is half kind of dreary strip of highway. And then if you get off the highway, though, beautiful lakes and farms. I rented a Mustang. Go to my TikTok and you can see me as oh my God, I accidentally rented the expensive car. And that was a mistake. Good God, people. I'm going to admit it here. I thought I was renting a car when I saw the price on the website. The Hertz rental car website is not that great. If you hit the back button or if you hit the button going the wrong way, everything changes and you got to check all the math again. And basically, there's nothing like being in an awesome car, in a convertible. The hood is down, the weather is awesome, and you suddenly go, you get a note from your app saying you need to return the car. And I'm like, no, I thought this was a 6-day rental. And it turned out I only did a 1-day rental. Like, I thought that high price I was paying was for 6 days. I thought I got a deal, but that was like the day rate. And anyway, people, I decided to overpay. I'm cutting into the savings because it wasn't worth driving back to Tampa, renegotiating, and coming back with a 2-door Kia. And I know Kias are nice now, so pick your crappy car. What's a crappy car even? No, I don't want to say smart car because even those are expensive. But I rented the expensive car, but I recorded a lot of videos, so maybe but I'm going to write it off. That's what it is. I generated a lot of content in that Mustang for the damn TikTok. And you know what's annoying? You talk about these influencers, like there's a big thing where all these social media influencers will rent products, they'll rent things, they'll rent the nice house, so it looks like their life is more fabulous. Well, guess what, man? I did a couple of jokes in a Mustang, and those are getting more traffic than my jokes in my apartment with the brick wall behind me. So the problem is we make fun of these influencers, but man, we feed into their stupidity. So anyway, this is the one thing I learned from my trip to Florida, because I do feel myself getting older. I do see time moving on. And I see my friends down there moving away from the mermaid place and living fantastic lives. And the one thing, like, there was just a couple of moments where I'm like, I may never do this again. And the lesson I got from this trip, because I get FOMO, man. When I'm in New York, I miss my Florida friends and my friends around the world. And when I'm in Florida, I miss my family and loved ones in New York. And I actually got very present. And I said, don't ruin this trip by worrying about whether or not there will be a next trip. And, you know, like when I've subbed in at Colbert the last couple of times, you know, you're only as good, you only know you did a good job when you get the next booking in comedy, you know. And I guess I'll let you know how I figure it out financially and emotionally. But yeah, people, don't ruin. This is a Tom Kelly piece of wisdom. Don't ruin this trip by thinking about the next trip. Just be in the moment. Enjoy it. So in the interest of trying to get into pop culture and things in the zeitgeist of America, I'm going to share with you people other reasons to hate Alec Baldwin. Now, Alec Baldwin accidentally shot a director of photography and another crew member on the set of a new movie, Rust, that he is working on right now. And let's face it, America, we love hating on Alec Baldwin. Not me. He's from my hometown. I feel I've been in the same room as him twice, but I feel guilty making fun of people from my town. Now, I'm sure if he sees this video and another video I once did of making fun of Hilaria Baldwin, he'll start hating on me. But I feel bad making fun of people from the hometown, the paisans, as the old Sicilians would say. But this isn't all. There's real people here, man. Listen, I mean, we always talk about the that I grew up a few doors away from, you know, the Buttafuoco Amy Fisher story. And listen, Mary Jo Buttafuoco was my friend's mom. And that really affected me and my comedy for making fun of civilians, if you would. You know, that's somebody's mom. That's somebody's dad. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure I've been wrong so many times, and maybe that is holding me back comedically. But right now, there's a lot of memes going around making fun of Alec Baldwin, like, hey, I just got a movie, you know, like, hey, Tom Kelly just got a job on a movie, yay. Bad news is it's an Alec Baldwin movie. Or my friend Jay sent me a meme. Now, he didn't create it, but he sent a meme. When is Alec Baldwin going to do a movie with the cast of The View? Those are real people, man. You know, those are my friends. You know, Jay sent it to me because it's out there, and I'm glad he sent it to me. But whoever created that, real people. That being said, Alec Baldwin isn't perfect, and I'm going to give you other reasons you could hate him, okay? So there you go. So listen, I know all my little Republican Trumpy friends are like, hey, they're all anti-Alec Baldwin because of, the mean-spirited impersonation of Trump on Saturday Night Live. And yeah, that's actually, let's start with that. His Trump, yeah. So here we go. America, Tom Kelly with real reasons to hate Alec Baldwin besides the tragedy that is going on right now. I'm going to make this into an Instagram Live video or an IGTV video. Hi, Tom Kelly, last man on IGTV. But his Donald Trump impersonation was less than comedic. It was mean-spirited. Oh, let me turn the sound effects on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's one reason to hate Alec Baldwin. He has a wife named Hilaria. She changed her name from Hillary to Hilaria and pretended she was from another country. That's a legit reason to hate Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin is 26 years older than his wife. He was 54 when he then married the yoga instructor who was then 28. Though I'll be honest with you, part of me thinks that's why he's awesome. But, he married and then divorced Kim Basinger, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. That's a legit reason to hate him. He allegedly punched a man over a parking spot. You can hate him for that. In 2007, he left an awful voicemail for his daughter, Ireland, calling the then 11-year-old rude and a thoughtless little pig. The audio went viral. I have some of that audio right now.
On me, we're going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are.
Thanks, Dad. Jeez. That's what you get. I don't even want to comment on it too much. He's made peace with the daughter. But, you know what? That left an awful message for his 11-year-old daughter, calling her a pig, and it went viral. You can hate Alec Baldwin for that. He's from my hometown of Massapequa, Long Island, which is a pretty douchebag town. You can hate him for that. His other brothers, kind of annoying. Billy, Steven, and whoever the hell the other one was. Yeah, you could hate him for that. In March of 2021, he quit Twitter saying it was for a-holes. You can hate him for that. And final one, check any video of him talking to the paparazzi and just how icky he gets when he talks to them. You can hate him for that. That said, Alec Baldwin, I will do a movie with you. I'll just wear, I don't even want to make the I'll wear a Kevlar vest joke. You see, that's, a real person's dead. A real person's dead. So, and you know what? I don't know Alec Baldwin from a damn hole in the wall, but I have to believe that this is a tragedy. It's also, I have to believe that this is a tragedy and Alec Baldwin feels awful. So, folks, again, real people are there, but we can make fun of him for his wife's fake accent, for divorcing Kim Basinger, for punching a man over a parking spot. Haven't we all been there? Again, legit reasons to make fun. The awful voicemail to his daughter, legit reasons to make fun of him and not like him. And the Trump impersonation was not only mean, but I always felt like him doing that every week was robbing an actual SNL cast member from a job. Daryl Hammond should have had that. I see Daryl Hammond at the gym all the time. Daryl Hammond needs to work. And never mind the younger kids, the younger, not ready for primetime players. That was a chance for one of them to go viral. And so there you go. All right, show's too long, and I got to figure out how I'm going to edit this by changing my workflow. I don't know if I'm going to do this every week. Tomorrow on the podcast, Sammy Ray of Sammy Ray and the Friends. And people, thank you for the support. You know, I feel like I should ask you to do something, but I really just experience my positive energy and my gratitude for all of you. Until tomorrow, good night, New York.